Local news about local people. This is Newslink Indiana.
Hello, I'm Chris Bavender. Thanks for joining us. 2,600 homes and businesses lost power Monday afternoon after what the power company calls an equipment failure. Indiana Michigan Power says it shut down power along McGalliard in order to fix a malfunctioning transformer. That meant no traffic lights and backed up cars, and restaurants and businesses were forced to close. I&M will continue to work on the station through the night to get things back to normal. Until then, a portable transformer will keep power running. I&M says power should be back on sometime in the evening. More subpoenas Monday in the ongoing investigation of a fatal hit and run in Newcastle last weekend that allegedly involved the son of a state representative. 56-year-old Thomas Jackman of Newcastle was struck and killed as he walked home from the grocery store. Newcastle Representative Tom Saunders owns the 1989 Buick. Police suspect was the car involved, but he wasn't the driver. Police say Saunders' 23-year-old son Andrew is a person of interest, but no charges have been filed. Police hope to have more information by midweek. A Marion man will spend 3 years in jail for his role in a barroom shooting last August. Roger Randolph was sentenced Monday. Randolph, brother of Portland Trailblazers Zach Randolph, pled guilty to criminal recklessness. As part of the plea agreement, Randolph won't serve probation after jail. Randolph was arrested August 22nd after he opened fire at a Madison County bar. Zach Randolph was with his brother that night but wasn't involved in the shooting. The doors are open once again at the Newcastle Henry County Public Library. The library was closed for construction, but Monday readers could once again check out and return books and check out what's new, including a larger children's reading room, a 180-seat auditorium, and the Indiana room, which we use to study Indiana history. Phase 2 will more than double the size of the old library.
The project is a remodeling and addition project. Remodeling of the existing Carnegie building, remodeling of what's called the 76 building, a building that was built in 1976, and then this addition onto the existing building.
The project is expected to be completed by August. As the state crunches budget numbers, school corporations feel the effects of tightening funds. Newslink Indiana's Alyssa Ivinson reports on where some school corporations plan to cut back.
Money is at the core of potential teacher layoffs across the state.
We're going to have to cut more positions this year.
Anderson School Corporation Assistant Superintendent Michaela Lau says with estimated state funds lower than normal, 50 to 60 teachers will get layoff notices by the end of the month.
Hopefully we'll have some retirements that will take care of some of those, but we don't know right now.
And they don't know final state funding numbers yet either.
It comes out at the last minute on the last day of the legislative session.
The uncertainty leaves teachers in limbo.
We're at the point where we're not going to be offering classes to students that they want because we won't have the numbers to teach them.
And budget cuts are affecting school corporations across the state. Randolph Southern School Corporation is trying to cut other areas and try and save some teachers' jobs. But it's not that simple for Anderson Schools. 94% of its budget goes to personnel salaries.
Teacher cutbacks could increase class size.
We're going to reach kids the best we can. We're going to provide the curriculum. We'll continue to do that. But on a realistic aspect, that you can't spend as much time with every student in your room.
Lau hopes the 60 jobs won't all have to be cut, but only time will tell for sure. In Anderson, Alyssa Ivinson, Newslink, Indiana.
Teachers could receive final layoff notices by May 1st. A recent coyote attack on a Delaware County dog has some residents fearful for their pet's safety. Newslink Indiana's Lindsay Jameson has more.
Sandy Burrell's day started as usual this weekend when she went to feed her dog Spot.
That it was early in the morning. I just went out to feed him like I always do.
But what she found was anything but the norm. Her dog's chain twisted around the family trailer, blood smeared across the side, tracks in the snow, and Spot missing. Although Burrell doesn't live that far from town, she was sure there was only one explanation: a coyote attack, and Spot was dead.
Sandy and her family believe that coyotes attack 60-pound Spot, but wildlife biologist Ken Hanauer believes that attack on an animal this big is rare.
That would be very unusual for a coyote to attack a dog that big.
But Spot came home to his family later that night with only a few cuts. Burrell thinks he freed himself from the chain, causing all of the blood, but ultimately saving his own life.
I guess he slipped his collar, but there were coyote footprints all around the camper there where they had been.
Coyotes are known to attack small animals, and Hanauer says this is one of the worst times of the year for attacks.
Food supplies for coyotes, small mammals and that sort of thing, they're at their lowest point through the year, so coyotes are starting to look for some alternate sources of food.
Hanauer says the best way to protect your pets from a coyote attack: don't feed them outside, keep garbage cans closed, and don't let small pets outside on their own. In Muncie, Lindsay Jameson, Newslink, Indiana.
If you see a coyote or believe one is nearby, you can call the Wildlife Nuisance Hotline. That number, 1-800-893-4116. Well, Nicholas Ferreri joins us now with a look at our forecast. And what sort of day did you have over there on Valentine's Day for the Weather Center?
Oh, it was quite an interesting day, Chris, I'll tell you that. You know, I've been waiting a long time for Cupid to strike me with one of his arrows, so when I felt a sharp pain in my rear earlier, I got a little excited. But then I realized it wasn't Cupid's arrows causing the problem. It was the weather clicker that I was sitting on.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
What a bummer that was, I'll tell you that.
Well, happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, thank you. Same to you, Chris. And perhaps Cupid just couldn't find me today because it was pretty bleak outside. Rain fell across the area. We had 3/4 of an inch of rain last night. Another 1/4 inch expected throughout the day on Tuesday. Let's take a look at our forecast. For Monday night, a cloudy evening, a low of 38 degrees. With winds from the west-southwest at 12 miles per hour. Precision cast shows some clouds building in as we head into Tuesday, and then some precipitation comes along as well. The best chance for precipitation comes Tuesday afternoon and into the evening. The greatest chance for precipitation comes after midnight Tuesday into Wednesday. Depending on the temperature at that time, we could see some snowflakes early on Wednesday. So, for Tuesday, cloudy in the morning, rainy in the afternoon and evening, a high of 54 degrees. Look for winds to be out of the west at 10 miles per hour. Now take a look at the 5-day forecast this week, prepared with a little extra love because of Valentine's Day. Take a look at Wednesday. Look at that temperature drop from Tuesday into Wednesday. We'll only make it up to 38 degrees then. Thursday, a high of 30 degrees. We'll see the sunshine return, and then it will stay out for the rest of the week with highs in the upper 30s. And in weather wisdom for this Valentine's Day, love is like the sun coming out of the clouds and warming your soul. So
I like that.
That makes me feel pretty good on a day like this.
Definitely. All right. Well, then we ended our Valentine's Day on a pretty good note.
On a good note. Very good note.
All right. Thanks, Nicholas.
You're welcome.
Valentine's Day, of course, does mean spending time with loved ones and showering them with gifts. Newslink Indiana's Evie Walton explains why one man doesn't have time to stop and smell all the roses.
After 43 years in the flower industry, Joseph Whalen knows Valentine's Day means big business.
It's not just another work day, for one thing. It's the busiest day of the entire year and the busiest holiday.
Over the past week, Landmark Florist will have created more than 200 arrangements. While he's seen this holiday come and go several times, it never grows old.
It gives you a time to show off what you can do.
Whalen says that roses are still considered to be the traditional Valentine's Day flower, but springtime flowers are becoming a new trend.
I chose the stargazers because it's my fiance's favorite type of flower.
While Whalen says today's economy makes it hard to be a florist, he couldn't dream of doing anything else.
I think it's the people contact that I have on a daily basis. I mean, lots of people. And some of them have affected my lives, and I think hopefully I've affected their lives.
And besides, he says it's hard to be angry around a flower. In Muncie, Abby Walton, Newslink, Indiana.
If you'd like flowers for your special occasion, contact Landmark Florist at 765-289-7777, Monday through Friday. That is Newslink Indiana. For Nicholas Ferreri, I'm Chris Bavender. Thanks for joining us. Join us again Tuesday for more news at newslinkindiana.com.